let's leap into this question. What are the top things a small growing company can do to get started with security?
Well, I think there's a number of things, and I'll walk you through them. And everything I'm sharing are things that you can go and find guides online. So reach out, audience, if you want afterwards. I love talking about this stuff. So let's start at the beginning. Firstly, security isn't something you get to later. Security is just there all of the time. You do security in your day-to-day life all the time. You keep your keys close to you. You put your wallet in your bag instead of leaving it on the table in a restaurant. You already do this. All we're doing is we're adapting security to a different space. Now, the number one thing you want your team to do is to know what to do when it goes wrong, which sounds really, really negative, but bear with me. And that's because there are infinite number of things that can go wrong in the world, whether it's security or other things. And having a plan in place to know what you would do in case of a bad thing is super important, because it's going to be the most important document in a crisis. And that tells you, where can I find information like my log files? Where can I find details of my insurance company? Who do I call? So having that all together is a great starting point. From there, we get into what we call the brilliant basics, or, unsexy basics, if you like. It really doesn't matter how you think of them. But every government, Australia, New Zealand, UK, US, every single one of them publishes a set of guidelines of the basic steps that you can put in place that will get rid of 83-ish% of common attacks, because most attacks are not sophisticated. So nobody in Hollywood is planning a heist against your organization. It's opportunistic. They're taking advantage of common vulnerabilities or flaws, and they're using automated tools or simple techniques to exploit those. It's not about you as a company. They may not know what your company does. It's just that you happen to use that technology and they can exploit it, so they'll have a go. So find those lists, and those lists include things like choosing good passwords, having multi-factor authentication. So that's where you get sent a code, or you have a code from an application that is on top of your password as an extra layer of security. Updating your software. None of this is very glamorous, right? I wish I could come here and say cyber needs magic, like cyber hands or something. It doesn't. It needs just basic steps consistently applied by everyone on your team. And that's the foundation of where we begin. And from there, you get to the fun stuff about understanding why your organization would be interesting to anyone that has malicious intention. And that's almost like planning a bank robbery against your own company.